We tend to buy and consume and not really think about where our things come from. I'm sure everybody has a full closet and we don't really need as many clothes as we think we do. Buy more used clothing. There are many charity shops that sell and advocate for the buying of used clothing. Educate ourselves more about where our clothing comes from, how it was produced.
I try to travel as much as I can by using public transport. I try to limit my consumption in terms of my clothing once or twice a year. That's the only time that I usually buy new clothes, or else I'll just keep recycling or keep using the old clothes.
First is the material, and then second is the functionality.
I try to make sure that the company is as ethical as possible, so I try to Google and look for information to see which line of fashion that are affordable and ethical.
I'd say the most revealing fact is that the fashion industry is the second most polluting industry in the world, second to oil.
Fashion has enormous power and we're all attracted to the fashion industry.
The lives that they're influencing in a business. So in order to be sustainable, it's about building a good business and a responsible business, or at least attempting to. We don't think that anyone can be like 100% sustainable. And
make a connection with the people who make our clothes, then we can recognize that the worker and the wearer are connected.
I think using your money as voice, paying for things that you feel represent you and represent your values, and shopping better and looking out for different, symbols, and such as like fair trade, or for us the butterfly mark.
One individual is enormously powerful because if we choose the power of the purse, where we put our money, and we do that en masse because we're sharing information, then we can make massive changes.
And it can be small steps. For example, I love shopping secondhand. I think it's a great way that you can be sustainable and ethical because you're reusing and recycling clothes that are already there, so you're not being part of the fast fashion and trends. Also loads of brilliant events that you can go to. Like I did one recently on ethical fashion, and it brought together people who were like-minded. Also great clothes swapping parties where you can go to and again meet like-minded people.
Well, I think there's lots of ways that an individual can make a difference. With regards to fashion, I think one thing to say is never hang more than one item of clothing on a coat hanger, so you always know what's in your wardrobe. And another one would be to always unplug any electrical device from the sockets so it doesn't draw electricity constantly while you're not using it.
Okay, thank you.